Hey friends, so I just got back from the salon. My stylist has my hair all pretty. I don't normally do it like this. She did a great job. But that's where my next topic comes up. Today it seems like adoption always comes up when I'm at the salon, and it just cracks me up because I always laugh because it seems like when we talk about it, nobody else talks. So the salon is quiet and everybody's listening to what we talk about, which is awesome, right? Because adoption's so great. So today I was asked by my stylist and her sister what would happen if my husband and I passed away. Where would our kids go? Would they go back to their birth families? So I want to talk a little bit about that because I don't think I've ever heard anybody answer that question or even ask that question. I know that I've thought about it, especially recently. Just as, life happens, you want to have security for your kids, you want to make sure they're taken care of. And the question is no, they wouldn't go back to their birth families. That's just not in the picture. For many different reasons. I don't feel like I really need to go into that because I'm sure that everybody's reasons would be different as to the answer to that question. However, I do want to talk about how important I think it is that is secure, that adoptive parents do think ahead and that they do plan for that. For us, I've been talking to my husband about it. We've been discussing what we want to do. Now we are in line to receive kids, our nieces and nephews, if anything ever happened to their parents. And there's 5 of them, and of course we would embrace them and love them. They live 3 miles away from us, and so of course we see them weekly. And our kids love each other, they interact a ton, and so it's very common that we're together, so it just makes sense. And so for us, it's a little bit more dynamic than that, because our kids are adopted, and so there's bigger pieces. However, and this has already been talked about, it's not on paper, so it's okay, that I'm discussing it, of course, but we would actually choose them, we have chosen them to be that, if something did happen to us, to be the caregivers of our children. So that's Russell, my husband's brother, and his wife. And we are all just so close. We're like best friends. We see each other all the time. She has walked adoption with me. She's been the person, my go-to girl, when I have a struggle, when I'm suffering, when my heart is hurting. I always go to her, and she's always been there for me. And so she's seen the process and how it's developed. She knows our son's birth mom. She hasn't yet met our daughter's birth mom, but I'm sure that they will in the future at some point. But one thing that I definitely want to talk about is that as we're making structure, as we're developing this will, per se, I have realized that I needed to talk to her in depth about our birth family situation and to see if she would be able to take that on. If for some reason we did pass away and our kids went to them to be cared for, would she be able to take on the visitations from the birth families and to be able to cater to their needs through their healing experience, and also to keep that open enough so that our kids could be able to choose that relationship if they choose to later on in life. And of course, instantly she was like, we would totally figure it out. I know in this world there is no other person that I would want to care for our kids if something like that happened. She would just do an amazing job. I know that she would still want visitations with the birth families because she knows how important that is to me. I know that she would love them and embrace them because she already does. So that's definitely in there. And then also, I would definitely write letters, of course, to our birth families that they would receive at that time, explaining that, it was thought about, it was already planned out, that they're not going to be just dismissed like nothing happened, that they would still be a big part of our kids' life and be included in all that. So I just thought it was an interesting topic to talk about at a salon, and I just thought, hey, I should touch on this today. Have any of you out there, adopted parents, written a will for your kids where they would go if something happened to you and your spouse, your loved one? I'd love to hear it. You could always do a reply video or just even comment. I think it's important that it is talked about, and I think it is important that it's taken care of, just so that everyone's taken care of if something like that happens, because it's more dynamic than just your standard family. Of course, that's important as well, but for me, I would be devastated if I passed on and I hadn't written anything down on paper or in a will that would secure the relationship between my child and their birth parents. It just means so much to me. So anyways, there's my thoughts for the day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.